It's my understanding that love can be a battlefield. And they also say the grass ain't always greener on the other side. If anybody is deserving of a TV1's unsung highlight segment, it's this man, UK's own Paul Hardcastle. That's a talented white boy. And he got this woman that sing with him. She been on everything that I know of, Helen Rogers. Just an angelic voice. Lord Jesus. Congratulations on the birth of Paul Castellano. I know you're gonna be a good daddy. Give that girl a kiss. Tell her Derek said, hey, salute to you, sir. Beautiful, just beautiful. Salute. How y'all doing? My name is Derek Williams. I'll be 52 years old in a couple of weeks. And men and women relationships and that conversation has always intrigued me. And I'm going to touch upon it here. And a lot of y'all ain't going to agree with what I got to say. Seem to have this proclivity to just trigger people. But of course, I'm just one boy in the comment section on YouTube. The title of this presentation would be called The Relationship Video. The first girl I ever really liked, she was in the 4th grade. Her name was Stephanie, bow-legged and everything. And I tried to be a gentleman and say, excuse me, how you doing? My name is Derek. And for some reason, I noticed throughout my journey in life, a lot of girls ain't like that. It seemed like you almost had to damn near do the caveman thing, hit them over the head and go take them and stuff like that. I noticed the dudes that showed girls no love hardly, they ran to that. But if you tried to show any type of respect, they looked at you like you was a sucker, a square. I never could, and even to this day, I just don't understand that. But the beat goes on. I love girls. Ain't nothing like makeup sex. Don't that sex be explosive? Tell the truth. When you have an argument with a girl and then y'all get back together and y'all talking, one thing lead to another, and then you go to lay that girl down. Tell the truth. Ain't that sex explosive? Of course it is. This is life for you. You see, but I'm gonna tell you a story. So come on, let's walk. We're gonna go back to the year 1984. I'm 16 years old, and my then girlfriend, who I considered my first love, I would see her every day. Saturdays and Sundays too. I would see her every day. I would always go to her house. I would call. I would give Valentine card, Christmas card, and all this type of stuff here to show her that I cared for her. Because that's what I was taught you're supposed to do. And I'm still like that. I think that's what you're supposed to do. But you have to remember the age now. It's very important. We was just 16. She told me in the springtime of 1984 that, Derek, I love you, but we just gonna have to call it quits. And I said, well, what did I do? I said, this just came out of nowhere. And she said, well, Derek, I know you care about me and I know you love me, but I feel like you smothering me. I just can't get from up under you. And that hurt me. And I didn't know how to respond to it. And so I left her where she was. I went, I left. And I walked. I used to be part of the boys club. I was a Boy Scout too. But I was also a member of the Boys Club of Washington County. That's in Greenville, Mississippi. And I was walking to the boys club. I never forget it. And just tears streaming down my face. I was angry. I was shocked. I was hurt. I was just I was just in a world of hurt. I thought my world had crashed. And she taught me something that day, is that too much love, even too much love, is bad sometimes. But you can't be standoffish with females neither. It's a fine line you have to walk. Music Soul Child has a song called Best Friends. And it deserves a listen if you ain't never heard it. You get to hear a relationship from a man's point of view and a woman's point of view. Very good song in my opinion. But she taught me something that day. And I didn't carry that lesson with me to this day. And I just find that when you with females, you let them know that you're a man, but it's nothing wrong at all in showing vulnerability. A strong man is he who can shed a tear. I believe that. Um, and I think that, as long as you're gonna have men and women, we're gonna always have a disagreement on what's the proper way to treat a relationship and things like that. I think it's an individual thing. It's a relationship by relationship case basis. I look at a lot of divorce court and all I see is just straight dysfunction. Nobody seems to want to give an inch on anything. I guess when it gets to that point, I've never been married, but everybody that I know personally, all of them are divorced. Everybody that I know personally. My brother, he done did it twice. Um, bless him. Sometimes I think a lot of men and a lot of women, they just can't be alone. I always had this running joke about myself. The Geminis are twins. And so I came up like maybe 10, 15 years ago. I had this little, I quipped all the time. A little phrase I got. Well, look, Derek a Gemini. He ain't never alone. If you get me. So, but a lot of times people are so wrapped up into not being alone, they will accept anybody, and then they wake up one morning alongside these people and say, "What did I do?" Well, it's too late at that point because you got babies, you got property and money tied up. And I always use the phrase, "You got to learn to choose wise." Um, and I wanted to make this little video because I look at it like this: if idiot Steve Harvey can make a fortune on telling women how to think like a man, I figure I can give you 10 or 15 minutes of my time too. Again, you don't get to be 51 years old being ignorant. I done seen some things too, you know. And I think a lot of the times is that it's got to be my way or else. And you have to learn in a relationship, at least from my perspective, you have to learn to give and take. This is a compromise thing. You ain't always right and I ain't always wrong. But I think we having more people today, especially here in Philadelphia, for instance, you hear a lot of men, which is just sickening. You hear a lot of men say, "Oh, I'm just trying to stay out the way." How on earth are you as a man gonna stay out the way of anything? You from the front line. Anytime anything go wrong in your house or in a relationship, they gonna look at the man. So how in the world are you? How in the world can you stay out the way? That's just a silly line to me. But I'm gonna say some things here. Um, anytime you with a woman and you have a disagreement, I don't think you have to call people out their names. But a lot of times, men will just go into a ball and won't say nothing, or other time they gonna call, shut up B, shut up H, and in some cases they just give them a firm backhand slap in the mouth, like Shahrazad Ali said famously back in the 90s. She really believed that many black women should get a firm backhand slap in the mouth, and that just never sat right with me. But a lot of men co-signed that woman. She was real hot back in the 90s when she said that. But I never agree with that. You have to learn to talk to folks. And we gonna disagree. Show it the sun come up and it go down, you know. But you have to learn to talk to people with respect, and people have to learn to respect your point of view. All right, and that's just pretty much my official position on that. The fact is that black women have been so damaged by black men. Black men have been so damaged by the system that we currently under. And you wonder why we have such dysfunction in our community. And the white folks getting it too. Everybody getting it. Everybody angry about everything. Me, I always keep a smile on my face. I keep it cool, calm, and collected. Like on YouTube, I say a whole bunch of reckless stuff because I know it be making folks mad. But to me, I draw strength from it. So as you can see, I keep a smile on my face all the time. But with regards to women, I believe that they are in fact the fairer sex. They are the fairer sex. And for that reason, I think we should hold them up in a high regard. But at the same time, a woman gonna have to know that you will never be a man. When you hear women saying I'm the mama and the daddy with regards to raising children, that's just not true. That's just not true. You ain't no man. You never walked a day as a man. That's anymore. I got a 14-year-old daughter. How in the world can I give her the perspective of what it feels like when she has her first menstrual cycle, or if she ever goes on to have children? What does that feel like, or what can I tell her with a child growing in her womb? I have no perspective on that. But at the same time, a woman, when you have conflict resolution, men do conflict resolution much different than the way women do conflict resolution. Well, how is a woman going to be able to impart the male way to conflict resolution to a male child? How is a woman going to do that? She can't do it because she never walked a day as a man. That's just the bottom line of that. We all have a function. We all have a role. But society has made it to where everything is flip-flop. To say none of this thing where men are trying to be women now. You know, you have so many men that are actually trying to be women, and women trying to be men, and you have all these different things going on, and that's a hell of a thing to try to. In my case, I have to talk to my or debrief my little girl on why the world is so topsy-turvy with regards to men and women relationships, you see. But a man has to be confident in himself. A woman has to be self-assured in herself. We have to learn how to speak with respect to one another, and we have to learn to love each other. I know myself, again, ain't nothing like being in the midnight hour with them girls. Ain't nothing like it. It's a beautiful thing when two become one. That's a thing of beauty. You feel me? So I guess that's pretty much all I wanted to say for this video here. Again, this goes out to somebody that I follow on YouTube. We talked yesterday, my man. You know that. And I'm going to tell you on my platform the same thing I told you on the phone. Without having to hear your better half's side, it would be unfair for me to take an official position. But based off what was told to me, it sounds like she kind of cutting and running on you. Because although I've never been married, it's my understanding that the vows say something to the effect of, for better, for worse, to death do you part, and sickness and health, and all that jazz. And it's just funny that she knew your challenges going into the marriage, bonded with you anyway, and now want to turn tail. That dog just don't hunt for me. So maybe she'll come around, maybe she won't. But you have value. So the way you was talking the other night, totally unnecessary. So again, all y'all take care. Save for my detractors. Greenville, Mississippi till I die.